Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a little bit of a different setup, a little bit of a different video. You can see a different part of my shelves. Still can't see the shelf that I'm filming about today. So today I wanted to talk about all of the books that I have on my shelf that I haven't read yet, or like my TBR. And it's the very bottom like corner shelf on my bookshelf, so I can't include it like in the screen. But I wanted to film this video because I have a lot of unread books, or for me it's a lot of unread books, and that is in part because a few months ago I got a little tipsy and went to Books A Million and bought, I don't want to say the number here, but I bought a very obnoxious number of books, like filled up a shopping cart with books. And then on top of that, I already had like unread books and books that I needed to read, and then I've received some books, so I just have a lot I just wanted to go over the books that you can expect to see coming up soon, and thoughts that I have about them, or why my drunk brain was like, you really need to buy this book. So for starters, I never buy an entire series at once. I like to buy them one book at a time, because I'm always really afraid that I'm going to read one book in the series and hate it, and then I'm going to be like, well, now I have there's 4 more books in the series that I'm not interested in. But I didn't think that way at the time when I was buying books. So I've already started, some of the books in the series are not in this stack because I've either read them or I'm currently working on reading them. But I bought the entire series of The Witcher. So here, still on my TBR, and they're literally on the floor because there's no room for them on this shelf that I've allotted. So I've got this boxed set of the first official 3 books. Right now I've read The Last Wish, which is I think the very first prequel, and then I'm working on, as I'm filming this, I'm working on reading Sword of Destiny. So I've got this box set that is, they're numbered 1, 2, and 3. Blood of Elves, The Time of Contempt, and Baptism of Fire. And then the next, these are 4 and 5, The Tower of Swallows and The Lady of the Lake. And then this one is back to not having a number, Season of Storms. I really just bought all these books. I did want to read these books because I watched the show, or I have seen the show on Netflix, and I loved the show, so I wanted to read the books. And usually I'm a lot better about reading the books before I watch the whatever. But I can't always be perfect or ever be perfect. So the Witcher series, I'll talk about my thoughts on the books that I have read for it later. And then these are going to be in no particular order. So I have Stranger in a Strange Land by Robert A. Heinlein? Anyway, so this is, I've heard, a classic sci-fi about a guy who was raised on Mars. It's a little bit of an older book. When did this come out? This is from the 60s. And so it's about a man who was raised on Mars by Martians, and then he comes back to Earth, hence a stranger in a strange land. So he's a human, but he is learning about humans for the first time. So it does sound really interesting. I'm a little maybe worried because it came out in the 60s, and I had Dune came out in the 60s, for example, and was a sci-fi that is a classic and everyone else really likes it, that I didn't. So we'll see what I think about that one. Then I just have the book of Unsolved Mysteries, which I'm guessing is just going to be a bunch of random things that are unsolved, like Amelia Earhart is on the cover of it. This is just kind of a random book that I might kind of work my way through over time. Oh, this is actually a book my mom gave to me when I went home recently. My brother got married, and it's called Beautiful Ruins, and I know absolutely nothing about this book except that my mom really liked it and she wants me to read it. I'm gonna assume it's some kind of romance set in Italy. So we'll see. I think my mom has pretty good taste in books, so yeah, we'll see. Then I got a box set of Neil Gaiman books, and I may have read 2 or 3 of them already and really liked them. I read Stardust and Neverwhere, which I both really enjoyed. And so also American Gods was in that book set. So I think I'll like this one too, since I liked the other 2. And I thought there was another book. It was a box set of 4. So I also have Anansi Boys by Neil Gaiman. And that was a box set of books I bought because Neil Gaiman, I feel like, is a really popular author. And I did really enjoy the movie Stardust. And again, drunk me was just like, buy the box set. So here we are. But it paid off because, again, I did like the 2 books that I did read by him already. Okay, so a video that I filmed but never posted because I really didn't want to edit it because I didn't think it was good, and I just didn't have the energy to watch to edit 20 minutes of myself filming a really mediocre video. But in this like mess of me buying a lot of books, I bought literally, I think, every single R.L. Stine Fear Street book. And so in October of last year, I read like all of them in a row and then like filmed me talking about all of them. And so that's the video that I didn't post. You're welcome, because you're not missing out on anything. But the only ones that I haven't read is this. It's a 2-in-1 book. It's The Dead Boyfriend and Give Me a Kill. This is probably going to get pushed off until like October again of this year. Shockingly, the Fear Street books were not great because there are some that are newer, but most of them are like from the 90s and they're targeted for teens. And it's R.L. Stine, so I mean, it would be better if I was like 13. So this it'll probably be a hot minute before this pops back up. Another one that I feel like I'm gonna end up pushing off until October just for like the vibes is The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin, which I feel like I've seen this been talked about here and there. But I actually have no idea what it's about, and I just got it because witches is in the title. So yeah, this is not like a book I'm really excited to read. So that's, again, like why I think I'll just end up pushing it off until October for like spooky vibes. Okay, I also have this. This is called The Astronomy Book. It's like a DK book. Like, it doesn't even really have an author. So this, I think, is going to be kind of like the Unsolved Mysteries, where maybe I kind of like pick through it a little bit at a time. But I'm hoping this is it. I got a lot of pictures and stuff. I'm hoping this will be easy for my very simple brain to absorb. Then this is a new release from, I want to say, November of last year. It is Remember by Lisa Genova, The Science of Memory and the Art of Forgetting. I got this because I feel like I need to read nonfiction, and I like neuroscience, memory kind of stuff, so here we are. Then I have a couple of Morgan Matson books, which are Since You've Been Gone and Take Me Home Tonight. And that's just because I don't know what it is about Morgan Matson. Or maybe it's me. Like, I would never go pick up like a YA contemporary because just like YA contemporary romance like sounds totally not my vibe, because I don't read a lot of contemporaries and I don't read romance. But I love Morgan Matson. Like, every book that I've read of hers, I'm like, this slaps. I love it. Give me more of this stupid teenage girl, please. I've literally only read like maybe 2 or 3 of her books, but am excited to read these 2 as well. These are books that I'm thinking might get pushed off more towards like spring, summer, but looking forward to them. Then I have Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Saiyans. I'm so sorry, I know that was wrong. Another book that I don't really know anything about. I know that the main character is gay. So we'll see. The next is another book that I know nothing about, except that it's a lesbian romance. Written in the Stars by Alexandria Bellefleur. So yeah, another book that's gay. Did I put these in some sort of order? I might have, actually. So this is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera, which from what I understand is about I think the thing is that people know when they're gonna die. And so I think this is, I think it's a romance between two characters who, like, given the title, know that they're about to die. Which sounds depressing. But I don't know, I picked it up. Okay, the next book that I have was a Christmas gift, or there's no way it was a birthday gift. Maybe it's just for kicks and giggles, but one of my good friends got this for me. It is The Night Swim by Megan Golden. So this is another book. I don't know anything about it. I need to read it. I was gonna say I might push it off until October, but I probably need to read it earlier than that, because otherwise I don't want her to think I don't want my friend to think I'm not reading it, because I'm not thankful that she gave me this book. All right, and then I have by Stephen King, obviously, The Bazaar of Bad Dreams. Also, you can really tell which books. Some of these were not, again, obviously, drunk dives, because they have Target stickers on them. I got the ones that I got all at once for Books A Million. The Target stickers were another time of me just, like, being dumb and being like, I need more books. Because obviously I need more books. All right. Oh, this one I've had for a while. This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. And I love Victoria Schwab, so I'm really excited to read this book. I just have so many books that I'm excited to read. It's taking me a long time to get around to them. This is another book where I have no idea what it's about. I think the takeaway from this is that if I see multiple people on, like, BookTube or Book Talk or something talking about a book, I will buy it, even if I know literally nothing about it. Also, another book I've had for a long time, Lifelike by Jay Kristoff. And after I got this book was when I started to hear controversial things, I guess, about Jay Kristoff, which has kind of made me less excited to read this. So I guess for any of these books, if you've read it or heard things about it, let me know, because I have not heard them, clearly. Also have Renegades by Marissa Meyer, which I'm pretty sure is about superheroes. So that's fun. This book is kind of chunky. But I like superheroes, so that'll be cool. Okay, now I've got Storm of Locusts, which by Rebecca Rohnhorst, which is the sequel to Trail of Lightning, which is like a YA. It's like set in the future, like a post-apocalyptic Native American vibes, or not vibes. It's literally what it's about. I really loved Trail of Lightning, but I am kind of scared to start Storm of Locusts, because I don't think the third book has come out, and I don't know if it will come out at this point. So I'm scared to invest further into this series that I don't know is gonna be completed. I have Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray, which is the sequel to The Diviners, which is like, what is that, 4 or 5 books in that series? And from what I remember of The Diviners, because it's been a minute since I read it, but it's like the 1920s in New York, and there's a group of, like, young adults who have magical powers. There was definitely a villain he didn't attack people in his dreams, did they? I can't remember. So before I read this book, I'm probably going to have to read, like, a Wikipedia page or some kind of online synopsis. Because I put so long in between the books and read so many books in between. The next chunk of books, I'm just going to mention, like, the 4 of them at once, because they're all Cassandra Clare. So I have all 3 of the Dark Artifices. Like, I got it in a boxed set, because at this point I've read all the, like, I've read the Mortal Instruments series and the Infernal Devices. Is that a series or just a trilogy? Read all of those. So at that point I was drunk at the time, but I'm like confident in my decision to buy like all of these at once because I'm devoted enough to the series at this point. I'll finish it. I will say I kind of think that I missed the boat since I didn't read Shadowhunters when I was like in high school. So like I'm reading these books and I'm like, yeah, they're fine, but I'm not like a diehard fan of them. Please no one at me. And then I have book one of, I guess it's going to be The Last Hours series. I don't know. But it's Chain of Gold. Now, is it going to be another trilogy? Now I'm looking at the back of the book. And are the next books in it the Red Scrolls of Magic and the Lost Book of White? Or is that a different series? Again, I don't really know a lot about this series. If anyone has anything helpful to tell me about it, I would be okay with that. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Like I said, please let me know if you know anything about the books that I said that I didn't know anything about, because I would love to get like a tagline or something for the book. And these are what you have to look forward to me talking about later. It might be a long time later, but now you know. All right, see you next time. Bye.